Welcome to another episode of Discover Harmony, Florida. I'm Kristen McCary, and I'm here with your host, Janine Corcoran, broker for Corcoran Connect, a real estate company, because we can't get that.
I tried 3 times to say that. I'm having trouble today. I don't know what it is. Rainy Friday.
And so it's a brand new month. Actually, today's April 1st. This episode will probably air a little bit later, but we have some events coming up in Harmony and the greater St. Cloud area, because I think, we talk a lot about Harmony and we do have a lot of great events, but there's also so much great stuff going on in St. Cloud that you can go to. So definitely worth checking out. So what do we have on coming up on the calendar for Harmony?
So we have 3 events in Harmony that will be happening. So we'll go ahead and start with those, and then we'll just kind of transition into what's going on in St. Cloud, because as you know, Harmony is part of St. Cloud, so there's a lot of events we don't want you to miss. So on April 10th, 2 to 4, Sunday in the town square, we are having our spring market and Easter extravaganza. So that's $20 for vendors. If you want to get a booth, just reach out to Jennifer Abramson, our activities director, and her email is harmonyactivitydirector@gmail.com. It's $20 for a booth, but they'll have lots of things to do. You have anything what's going on there?
No, she didn't really have too much listed there, but it is going to be a market. I mean, we don't have our farmers market on Sundays anymore right now, so this is a great replacement. A lot of our vendors can come out to.
And they have an Easter. They're doing the egg hunt.
Yes.
They are doing the egg hunt.
Yeah. So that's exciting. I'm sure it'll be a fun time. Jennifer always puts on a great event. So whatever it is, just mark your calendars. Sunday, April 10th from 2 to 5 p.m. Come down and visit at the town square.
Yep. Sounds good. And then on April 16th from 11 to 1, this is actually for the, it's so funny. So Harmony Community Church is one of the sponsors, and Harmony Community Church is sponsoring Harmony West in the Park. So Harmony West is the community right to the west of us. And basically they're having their own little event, but we did notice it said Harmony West residents only. So this is for the Harmony West residents only. I know.
Come on, listen. They come to our events. We can go to theirs. It's Harmony. Can't we all just get along? Anyway.
So that's at that, when you go into Harmony West, you make a right and go down to Adler Road, and they're doing an Easter egg hunt for ages 2 to 12, and then they'll have the Easter Bunny photos, face painting, crafts, and food trucks. I think what's going to happen is we're going to start competing with each other.
Right.
Yeah. I think if you want to keep, this is my advice to, all the people that are planning it. If you want to keep the community separate like that, then maybe plan around the same day.
Right.
So you only can go to your event or your event.
Right.
Because what's
same day and
happening
time.
is we have 2 events at 2 different times. So.
Right. And I do know that the earlier time is, easier for some people with younger kids. So I get that. That makes sense. But anyway, I guess we'll find out how that unfolds. But if you leave it up to us, we'd all just get along.
And listen, for you folks out there that you have suggestions of what you want to see on the Discover Harmony podcast, suggestions and whatnot, give us a call at 1-844-St. Cloud, STCLOUD. And then this way...
We'll take your podcast suggestions. We love some great content ideas and what you want to hear more of and what you want to hear less of. And then, of course, we have April 17th at 8 a.m. If you are looking for an Easter service in your community, beautiful, great service. Dr. Danny Purvis is the pastor at Harmony Community Church. We'll be out in the square, the little amphitheater area. Bring your chairs. The ground might be a little damp from dew in the morning, but I always love our Easter services on Sunday outside. It's so nice, and it's nice that we get lots of other residents that don't necessarily always come to church, to the church on Sundays, but it's nice to be here.
It's never a long service. I
No.
think in previous years it was later in the morning, and what was happening is it got very warm some years with the sun. And so I think Pastor Danny was saying that one year, everyone kept moving their chair and following the shade. By the end of the service, everyone was to one side of the courtyard, so at the square.
Right.
So they decided to make it earlier just in case it's
toasty. You never know. We've already hit the 90s. I don't even know what Mother Nature is
thinking. Did we hit the 90s?
We have hit the 90s several times already. I'm not okay with that. I like things cool, as you know. We just had a conversation about that. Every time we come to podcast, I crank down the AC, and she's got to get a little parka out so that we can sit in the same room together.
Yeah, my
So-
nose starts to run. And
She's not sick all the time, I swear. It's just because I keep the AC so low. So that's a great idea, though, doing it early. And plus, it allows you to be able to do, like, breakfast or brunch with the family, or, it leaves your whole day open. And
That's true. That's true.
It's really nice to, it's always a great message, and like you said, it's fairly quick. It's not like a long Catholic mass or anything like that,
It's not Catholic.
No, not Catholic. But anyway, come out and join us on Easter Sunday, April 17th at 8 a.m. in the town square. And so with that, we'll also tell you a little bit about all the different events that are going on in St. Cloud, starting
Good
with
events.
the one we're probably going to miss because this podcast won't air in time. But tell us how it was. Tell us what you thought. The movie at the lakefront.
I know, so cool. We're recording right now on the 1st, so it's happening tonight. So, like you said, by the time this airs, so let us how that went. But that was Clifford the Big Red Dog,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Starting at 7, so that's fun.
Yeah, it's always a good time in the lakefront.
Maybe I'll go to that. I'm not quite sure if I would.
Yep.
Be interesting to see how many people are there. The next one, the adult nutrition class, I mean, that's April 7th, and that's from 10 to 11, and they do it again at 6 to 7 at night, which is pretty cool because then at least, people that work, if they want to,
Right.
if they miss it, they get to go. But that's at Hopkins Park at 620 East 17th Street. But it doesn't cost anything, so, I mean, anyone who knows, you want to learn, you want to know more about nutrition, you have a free event right here in St. Cloud.
And apparently they talk about meal planning. That's like my Achilles heel, meal planning. I hate meal planning. I also hate cooking. Actually, I really would just
you
rather
cook at
order out.
least.
I do. I cook a lot, begrudgingly.
I want someone that would cook our meals for us. So, and I do a look, I ask, but every time I explain like how I eat and how Bill eats, it's like, yeah, we can't do that. Like
Right.
any of the ones that are already organized, I think I just need like a local woman that I could just give him my recipes because Bill will eat a lot of what I eat.
Right.
And just say, can you just make these? But
Right.
so if you're out there, let us know.
So if you own a business or if you're interested in cooking for Janine because she doesn't want to have to cook herself,
So we can stop eating out.
call 1-844 St. Cloud.
That's right.
STCLOUD.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. All right. And so then April 8th, what do we have going on then?
Yeah, so April 8th, we have the egg hunt, which is cool. This one's called the Adult Moonlight Egg Hunt, and you have to be 21 or older. Why do you have to be 21 and older? Because there's drinking going on.
Yes.
So that's from 7 to 10, and that's at the ranch at St. Cloud, which was the former Hastings Ranch.
Right.
And so for those of you who aren't aware, you just go down Narcoossee Road, make a right on Jones. It's 5452 Jones Road. It is $15 a person, but some of the things that they have are pretty good.
Yeah, so they'll have DJ and dancing. There's going to be food and drinks available per purchase. They have candy-filled eggs and prizes. So they did say to bring a flashlight. And I don't know about you, and wear comfy shoes. I don't know about you, but the flashlight on my phone is not very good. Like, get one of those mag lights. You gotta be in it to win it, man. Like,
I'd be bringing like bug spray too, right?
right? I would think.
It's
Tis
all
the
pretty much-
season.
yeah.
Tis the season to
Bring. Yeah, but that should be interesting though.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Yeah.
April 8th. Put it on the calendar.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Something for the adults.
Yeah. That's awesome. So that's next Friday night, I think, if my math is correct.
That's right.
That's awesome. All right. And then also on the 8th is the SpongeBob musical, April 8th, 9th, and 15th. And then at 7 p.m. and then April 10th and 16th at 2 p.m. And that's at St. Cloud High School.
I know that good for them. I mean, they look like they had, I think they said they had 140 students. It's $15 a piece, right?
Right.
And tickets start at $8 for students, $15 adults, and $10 for seniors. So the seniors, you do get a break. But that'd be fun to, I don't know what the SpongeBob. Of course, I know SpongeBob. He was not one of my favorite cartoons.
Oh, Lauren loved SpongeBob though.
She did.
She loved SpongeBob. You know those late 90s babies, they really loved SpongeBob.
He was so I'm not
So
gonna say
annoying.
anything bad, but I really
know.
didn't like him.
I know.
I did not like him at all.
I know.
At all.
You made her watch those educational Baby Einstein videos with the Pimatodes that gave me nightmares. Like I think I still have nightmares about those frogs that the babies hatch out of the racks.
Oh, if you Google
anyway, don't do it. Don't do it.
Disgusting.
But anyway, so I hate to digress, but I hear actually St. Cloud High School has a really good theater program from what I remember. Like they always put on really cool productions. So I'm excited to see that one. I think it'd be cool.
Maybe that's something. Well, then, yeah, I was gonna say maybe that's something that Olivia will want to go because I like dragging her along to see plays with us.
Yeah, she might go for that one. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty good though.
All right. So on April 9th, we have the Bluegrass Jam, which is down at Peghorn Nature Park, 2101 Peghorn Way from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's on a Saturday. Come on out, listen to the live acoustic bluegrass music and inside St. Cloud's historic cannery. So, it sounds like a good time. If you enjoy bluegrass music, go on out and enjoy.
That was the Peghorn Park was where they did the Halloween.
Yes.
Remember
the Trail of Terror?
Yeah, Trail of Terror, which was really, really good. But listen, don't forget the blood bank. The blood bank happens every other month, and it's in the St. Cloud Community Center. So they have it Wednesday, April 13th. Do I have the paper?
No, I do.
Okay, so you can read about that.
I do. So from 2 to 7 p.m. at the inside the community center at 3101 17th Street in St. Cloud, Florida. They provide a free steak dinner.
Yes, we'll be sponsoring this month.
Yep, and you'll be sponsoring. Are you sponsoring along with the IOOF?
What does that stand for?
So I had to look it up because I didn't know this. I had never heard of this. So this
well,
is
I
really
have
cool.
because Bill and I have been giving blood for a long time there.
Right. So you know. But
I
even
know.
you couldn't.
No, I couldn't. All I said was it's Odd Fellows. That's all I
Right.
said. But then you looked up what IOOF stands for. Go ahead.
It's the Independent Order of Odd Fellows, Lodge number 66 in St. Cloud, Florida. And I guess they meet the first and third Thursday of the month, and you can contact Miss Cheryl Wallace for some more information. So we'll put that information down for you.
And so Bill, not my Bill, but Bill, this is terrible that I'm going to forget his last name. But anyway, so he's always there. He's always there cooking the steaks. And you know what I love about going to the same place every 2 months to give blood is the fact that every time you go, you see the same people basically.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's kind of like a family event. It's like, we always try to drum up and do little social posts and get people, hey, come give some blood and get a free steak dinner. I don't eat the steak, but he'll always pile my extra potatoes and vegetables. I just have a big plate, so
Yeah.
it's good though. It's good. Great people. One blood that's there, taking your blood. I mean, it's fairly easy, simple, as long as you pass that iron test. Sometimes I
Right.
don't do that. So
I know. Listen, I'm traumatized. I haven't given blood in a little bit, admittedly, mostly because I would run out halfway through and then they have to throw my whole donation out. So I sat there for 45 minutes and then I stopped giving, and then so I got a little traumatized. I think I need to go back. I'm being a big baby. I should just go do it again. I was probably dehydrated that day.
yeah.
Whatever. But it sounds like a good idea. And I think if we're going to go to anything, it should be the one that gives you the free steak dinner.
Oh, definitely.
Although I think I need that beforehand for the iron. I don't know. How does that work?
That's true. Yeah, I've had a couple of times where I think for women you have to have a 12, and like I'll have 11, and then they'll say you need to eat meat. That's why you have, So
Right.
now I try to take iron pills before a couple of days before, so I pass. But no, it's good. I love going there. I think it's a great event. That the did you say
put
Independent Order of Odd Fellows? Did I get it right?
You did. IOOF,
And
the
they're a
Oddfellows.
great group. They're a great group. That maybe there'll be one featured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So what else we have?
Let's see. On April 10th from 2 to 4 on Sunday. Oh, just kidding. That's not what I wanted to do. So what else do we have?
So we have April 16th, the Easter Egg Extravaganza. And that was at the community center too, right where the blood bank was. And so that's right on 17th Street. This one is $5 per person. They only do cash. So it's kind of good. Ages 3 to 12. Easter egg hunt, games, crafts, vendors, food trucks, ice cream truck, and a bounce house.
And that's 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
And that's really important because I've heard from some parents. I mean, my children are much older now, but I've heard from some parents, younger parents, that they would much prefer the earlier events because the kids get cranky and stuff like that. So it's a great time. 11 to 1 at the St. Cloud Civic Center. And then on April 20th, we have the adult movie matinee from 12:30 to 2:19. That's very specific. That must be the runtime of the film. And so the movie feature being shown is Mage of Belle Isle, starring Morgan Freeman and Virginia Madsen. So it's rated PG, but it's at the St. Cloud Community Center again from 12:30 on, and its age is 18 years of age and older.
No, that's pretty good. I mean, that's so far we have 2 adult events going on in St. Cloud. That's fun.
And that one's free.
Yep.
That's always nice. All right. So what do we have next?
Then they have an adult trip to the Watchee Springs State Park, and that's April 21st. You meet at 6:30 in the morning, and you return at 7. And you meet at the St. Cloud Community Center, again on 17th Street. How much does that one cost?
$65.
$65 per person. Sorry about that. The fee includes round-trip transportation, admission to the park, wilderness river cruise, ranger and mermaid shows, and a Google
bag.
A Google bag. You don't have a Google bag? Everyone has a Google bag. A goodie bag. Yeah, I'm having trouble with my contacts. I don't know why. Since the whole eye thing. But anyway. Pre-registration, of course, is required. You can't just show up, but
that's awesome. And so then April 23rd, there is a Borrow Pit Pond Fishing Derby. It's on Budinger Avenue across from St. Cloud Elementary. It's $10 a person. Shore fishing only. Bring your own fishing pole and tackle. Bait will be provided. There's different age groups. So there's tadpoles, which is from 3 to 5 years old. Half pints from 6 to 8.
That's so cute.
And minnows from 9 to 12 years old. So it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun if you have kids who like to go fishing, and it's littler ones too. So I don't think I don't know. It could be very competitive. We were very competitive as kids, but it might not be. It could be a good fun time.
Yeah, no, that looks like something maybe
KJ would like.
KJ would like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so then on April 23rd, we have Earth Day, 11 to 2, again at Peghorn National Nature Park. Oh boy, I need to go back to bed. Nature Park.
Someone get this woman a cup of coffee.
Anyway, for those people who don't know Peghorn, you just make a left off of 192. You go down a Budinger, right? And then just cross over 17th Street, and Peghorn is almost like the next block on the right.
Right.
So it runs parallel to 17th Street behind the community center. Everything is right in that area. But that looks like something, something Earth Day. Just join us to help clean up the park. Oh, so they're making you work. I'm sorry.
I think that's a small portion of it, but it did lead the sentence, so I guess that's a pretty important part.
Yeah, there'll be environmental exhibitors, upcycling crafts, live music, giveaways, food trucks. So it sounds like a fun day.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
And then we have Lunch and Learn Fitness Awareness on April 27th from 11 to 1 at the Marina Banquet Hall. And it's just talking about how all the different ways that you can stay active and increase your fitness level. It's sponsored by Humana, and registration is required to ensure everyone has a meal. But it's $1 per person. So
they probably do that just to make, to get people to register.
Get a commitment from you.
Yeah, no, that's
so
good.
bring your $1, get a meal, and learn how to be more active and fit.
Yep. And then don't forget the monthly downtown St. Cloud monthly market. So let's try that again. St. Cloud Downtown Monthly Market. Oh boy, I should have just left and had you do this podcast by yourself. Anyhow, that's on Wednesday, April 27th from 5 to 9. They just had one a couple of days ago for the month of March, and it was really great. I mean, it just seems like the more new vendors and just more and more, just more and more people. And there were a lot of people there.
Right.
We actually stayed. We watched them close up the streets. It was interesting. We were there for lunch, Hannah and I, and at 10th Street Produce for lunch. We watched them, like they put up the signs early and say, don't park on the street.
Right.
From like noon, I think.
Probably to make sure when people leave that nobody else comes in and takes their spot.
Yeah. So we parked the car, and it was noon, 12:30. But we were watching the car because right there on the corner of 10th Street. And then we watched them like set up the whole downtown. It was kind of neat. We're like, whoa, I didn't know. Oh, look at this. They popped the little, those little electrical outlets that they have in your living room, to
right.
open up. Well, they have that on the Core Street right on the corner of 10th. So they just like pop these. It looked like they popped the street open, and then they put those heavy poles to block. Yeah, I just thought that was neat. I didn't know. I just you don't really
You
pay
hadn't-
attention to that.
Right,
But we
right.
watched them set it up. But then what was so funny was we stayed so late that night that we actually were there sitting outside a fire watching them break down.
Oh my gosh.
So we saw the whole street go up, and we just saw it go down.
You know-
and I was not there all day. We laughed and worked. And,
Sure. No,
But-
she moved from 10th Street down to the Fire Bar, I think. No, just kidding. You should have had a GoPro to record a time lapse of them setting it up
That
and
would've-
tearing it down.
That would have been good.
It would have been good.
And you know what they so at the end of the night they were closing up fire and they like if the people there they don't say, oh, it's 9:00, we're closing up, but
Right.
we were the last ones there, and they gave us like our drinks in a plastic cup, and then they put like a label on it because you're allowed to now like walk around the streets with alcohol. So,
Right.
but
Good to
we
know.
just sat out front, but I just
Right.
thought that was interesting. So
Yeah.
it was good
Very
stuff. A great
cool.
crowd.
Good fun time.
Yeah.
So that's always a good time. The monthly market, downtown St. Cloud. And it seems like they're getting better and better,
Oh, all the time.
you
Yep.
know? So that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome. And then apparently St. Cloud really wants us to focus on our nutrition.
Yes.
Because I think this is the 17th. No, I'm just kidding. There's another adult nutrition class. This one's actually beginning of May 5th, from 10 to 11, and again from 6 to 7. And it's free. It's at 620 East 17th Street. But apparently they would like us to watch our waist sizes. They said we all got
Yes.
too big during COVID, and we need to work on that. So, but a lot of great events.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Small
it
town
is
living, but they really do it big with, making
do.
sure that you keep the community feel and
And I just don't think enough people know that these events are going out.
right.
That's really the bottom line. You know
Right.
what I mean? So, but this is a great place to tune in to find out, what's going on for the month. And we'll try to, tag all these people too when it goes to social media. So this way, they get the word out and pass it along. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's great. There's a lot of great events going on in St. Cloud for the month of April.
Sorry.
I haven't even gotten the joke out yet.
I feel it coming. Anyhow, no, I love all the events. I mean, Harmony, we have the 3 great events, and then of course, and we might even have food trucks coming. I was trying to find out from Jennifer if we have food trucks in
Right.
Harmony for the month.
Usually, listen, Jennifer's great, and I feel like she does food trucks like every month. There's food trucks, and I feel like, and I haven't really picked up on the pattern yet, but I always feel like it's towards the end of the month.
She said no.
No food trucks.
No
we
food
jinxed
trucks
it.
for April.
No food trucks for you. She said you didn't go to the last one, and that's why you get no food trucks. No, it's all good. But
You had a joke coming on?
I did have a joke coming on, but it's not going to be funny anymore because it was timely. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's good because I'm going to go to all those health classes and learn about how I shouldn't eat from a food truck because I clearly don't need it. So that
That
was
seems to be the theme of the month in St. Cloud, right?
It was a lot of-
nutritional class. Come to this nutritional class.
learn how to meal prep, learn how to move more. Okay. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I don't like it. I feel personally attacked, but anyway, a lot of good events.
Maybe I could find someone there, like
That would cook for you.
Yeah, that would
the meal
cook.
planning class. I don't remember which one it was, but there were two.
Two or three, yeah.
The adult nutrition class, April 7th from 10 to 11, and then again from 6 to 7. Put it in your calendar. Maybe you can find somebody there to do your meal prepping for you, do your cooking, because you don't want meal prepping. You want the whole thing.
oh yeah.
You need like a personal chef almost.
Well, even if they put them in those seal meals or something like that, just
Right.
cook for the week. Even if it's 3 nights a week, that'd be good.
Right.
Not to eat out all the time.
Yeah, you eat out a lot.
I eat out a lot.
Yeah, I
A
know.
lot. It's pretty bad when everyone knows your name.
Right.
In
At all
every
the restaurants. And your order.
And your order, seriously, there's so many restaurants I go into, they don't even.
Like, oh, it's Janine. Let me get your eggplant parmesan ready.
Well, even last night when we went up to the tavern, one of the servers there, Mo, great girl, she hardly ever waits on us. It's been so long, I can't even tell you how long it's been. And literally, when we walked in, before we sat down, she just said, turned to Bill and said, "Oh, so you're gonna have your bourbon, right? And is Janine having a drink tonight? What kind of drink is she?" But it was funny because like we hadn't even. It just never seems like we get her. We don't usually go up
Right.
there on Thursdays. That's unusual too.
Right.
But I forgot, what a great server she is.
Yeah.
I was like, "Mo, you're really good." And you know what we want to eat.
Yep. You got to keep them on their toes. Can't let them know when you're coming in.
Or she'll tell a special, like last night it was some kind of chicken special. Usually they always have a fish special. They didn't have one last night.
Right.
Probably because it's not the weekend. I think they do 2 on Friday and Saturday.
Right.
And And so she named the special. She's like, oh yeah, you're not gonna have that.
Right.
You know?
So at least she knew.
Yeah.
At least she
But
knew.
anyway, so I love that. Yeah. So we eat that a lot. So I would like someone to cook for me,
Yep.
prepare
if you
for
don't-
me, not cook for me.
Right. No, cook for her. Because then it'll be, oh, I can't.
I don't
Because
have
I
time
don't
to
have
heat
time
it
to heat it up. I have to put it in the oven. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah,
Oh, well.
yeah. All right. Well, if you guys have any other suggestions, things that you like to hear or don't like to hear on our podcast, go ahead and give us a call at 1-844 St. Cloud, STCLOUD, or you can email us at discoverharmony@gmail.com. We'll leave that in the description below. And thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next
See
episode.
you next time.